And welcome back, everyone. It's me, RJB, for RJB TV, and today we've got a prime set of replays. Well, a prime replay, actually, because I'm doing just one to start off the day, and it's Light against Rain. There it is, Rain and Light. And yes, this is the one and only, the real pro player Rain, Protoss main, who has been, pretty good at the game for the last couple of years. It's pretty insane, actually, what he's achieved. He's gotten into some KSL and ASL finals or top 8 finishes quite consistently up until he retired from pro play. He's here on the Brown Protoss, on the bottom middle of the map, and his opponent is Light, the one and only Light, who has, over the past couple of years, won a KSL, gone into ASL finals, and has been doing amazing, aside from the last ASL, where he was eliminated in the round of 16. He still played very well, though, but he got caught off guard doing stuff that he, got countered, basically. But he's still up there at the top, as he beat Queen yesterday with a score of 7-2. And Queen is an ASL winner, and a KSL or ASL finalist, or whatever. He's achieved a lot of stuff. So still goes to say, Light is still a top-level player. The absolute top level. There's Flash, there's Light and Queen, then there's everyone else. At least that's the opinion most people have. Flash, Light, Queen, everyone else. But the question is, will their skills translate to fastest map? For Light, we've had some confirmation in the past. He is really, really great at fastest map. We've seen him do it. We've gotten to prove that he knows what he's doing, and he's got the chops for sure. He's got the brain for sure. This guy is just a natural talent. Now, whether Rain, who I assume is of course also a natural talent at StarCraft, also has that same natural ability for fastest map, that's something I want to find out. He goes for a 3 gateway start here against Light, who started off with a command center into barracks, which might just be working out for Rain here quite well. He just have 2 Zealots there on the way. He's moving his probe out of the base. Light is getting a bunker there in the back. Marine production has just started. He has one. No Marines finished yet. There's the Marine, the first one. So right now he's going to have to micro his way to keeping this bunker alive and getting the bunker up, not losing the SCV. He keeps the SCV alive somehow. The Marine, though, is going to die. The Marine dies before he gets into the bunker, but one other Marine gets into the bunker, which now means that the Zealots have to run away. But what is Rain going to... Rain throws on a pylon. Does it Forster in the base? He has a Forge in the base as well, so he's going for a cannon push on Light. Light forced to pull off most of his SCVs there to help defend against those Zealots. Marines there behind his SCVs. Now we're going to be seeing some micro up to the highest level between these two players. He's blocking the Zealots with SCVs absolutely perfectly. As the SCVs go down, the Marines are forced to return to the bunker. After all, Pylon finishes up. 3 Zealots still alive. More Zealots on the way. Cannon in the back. 2 cannons are in the front. SCVs there starting the fight with the Zealots. Microing once again. He's putting those SCVs there in between so well. And will he win the fight? It does look like it. It does look like Light is going to win this exchange here. Although now the Zealots are getting on top of the Marines. The SCVs there, though, are so bravely fighting and holding on. Zealots almost dead. Attacking the cannon. One cannon there in the back will finish, or will it not? Looks like that one final Zealot there is getting blocked by the probe. Bunker finishes, cannons finishing as well. He killed 2 cannons. Now he's got the bunker there in the back. He's going to have to fight against those Zealots first. The bunker stays alive somehow with the repair, but Rain is focusing down the SCVs there, but the bunker will stay alive in the end. Will it? Will it stay alive? He's losing a lot of SCVs there, though. He has 13 SCVs left against 20 probes from Rain, but it does look like Light somehow manages to stay alive with absolute perfect micro. Rain also had amazing micro, but the SCVs there in the mix just made the difference. He didn't lose a lot of them, and he only is hanging on by a thread that he managed to do it. Cannon in the back won't pose much of a threat, although he might lose a couple of Marines as he walks into the range. No, turns around just in time. Another probe there has arrived on the scene to build more cannons to keep Light contained in his base for now. We've got a Cybercore there on the way for Rain, who's definitely going for Dragoons. Now I just hope his Dragoons don't get stuck in these tiny little boxes. That's sure would suck for him, because if those Dragoons get stuck in the boxes, it's going to slow him down quite significantly. Throws down a pylon there in the box. Alright, so he knows that Dragoons will get stuck if he doesn't fill up those 2 holes there. He's throwing out another Nexus as well. He's not yet making the Dragoons, but the Dragoons will soon be on the way because he's getting range upgrade. Now, Light has no factory yet. He can afford it, but at the moment he's mostly just scrambling to get his, well, to get his economy back together. Does have a lot of Marines there ready to defend against the Zealots. Zealot there runs to scout, sees that there's not a lot of Marines. Well, I mean, the Marine count is pretty big, but not as big as you would, expect it to be. Another bunker there coming out in the front. He's just pushing forward with the bunkers. Academy almost finished there in the back. No medics yet, of course. No stirrup gate, of course. No range for Marines either. Now, Dragoons are finishing up for Rain. Moving over to the map, over to the base there on the side. He's gonna ball them up just outside of Light's vision. I think he's gonna wait for a total of 6 Dragoons before he's going to commit. 1 SCV there. Oh, he's gonna kill the SCV, so the SCV cannot build a barrack there on the other side of the map. But by doing this, he also reveals the fact that he has Dragoons. And I'm not sure if that is the best choice, because the surprise of Dragoons could have just made a huge impact here on Light. But now Light knows. He's getting an engineering bay there as well in the back. He's getting stim upgrade first and range afterwards. Another set of Dragoons has finished for Rain, so he might try to look for a little opening somewhere. He finds 2 openings actually there on the side, on the top and the bottom side there. On the left and the right, as the Probe and his Zealot both make it in. Pulls back some Marines to save the SCVs that are in the back from the assault of the Zealot. Zealot there gets stuck at the back, but now the Dragoons are coming in from the side because the Marines have been pulled to the back, which means he is free to try and take down the bunker. The bunker is getting repaired there though, but only by a single SCV, which means the bunker is going to go down. Now he's overcommitting because that's a lot of Marines there entering with stim upgrade, attacking the Dragoons. The Dragoon Micro there from Rain is pretty on point. Micro's going to play backwards, killing a lot of Marines, and no range upgrade for Light, of course, means that he's just forced to, take the beating and lick his wounds. The medics there are healing, but he goes in for the attack once again, scares the Dragoons away, but the micro and reaction time from Rain is amazing once again. Gonna snipe those units there on the side, moves forward. Still, Micro has not lost a Dragoon yet. The Dragoons are on low HP, but he has not lost a single one of them yet. Control is superb from Rain. Managed to kill, I think, about 15 Marines with 6 Dragoons and not losing a single one of them. Dark Templars now entering the mix as well. Light has a scan upgrade there though, he has an engineering bay as well, but no turrets yet. He has not spotted the distortion of the Dark Templars in the back. Oh, he sees that there's a lot of Dark Templars now in his base, so he's gonna have to scuttle and try. There comes the scan in the back. Kills the Dark Templar there in the back, the Dark Templar there in the back stays alive. He's building a turret, and then he kills it. He killed 2 Dark Templars, but one of them is still alive there in the front. Gonna take out the bunkers very slowly. He's gonna have to repair the bunkers, wait for energy for another scan. He's building a turret right next to it. There's a scan. The Dark Templar goes down, and that attack from Rain did not achieve much. He did kill, I think, about 5 or 6 Marines. In the end, he loses all the Dark Templars. At least it kept Light busy. Light has range upgrade finished. There's medics there in the front that Rain believes he can start to kill, and so he does. So Rain has Robos finished, Support Bay finished, Reaver Shuttle finished, Templar's Archive also finished, and Storm upgrade there on the way. So he's going for a Storm approach, it appears. He knows what to do, or maybe he's going to go for some Reaver Shuttle Micro here in the front. Because Rain is amazing at exactly that. Reaver Shuttle Micro. Goons retreated to the middle. Zealots as well, because he knows that the tanks have just finished and the tanks are on the push to kill these cannons here in the front. Light has recovered and stayed alive quite nicely. Now also going to kill the bunkers in his base to open up space for his Sim City. Goons there attacking, but this might be a little bit too greedy. He's not going to kill the tank that in the back because there's simply too many bunkers and Marines, and he clears out the last cannon with the stim. Dark Templar there gets scanned instantly and instantly falls to the attacks. Forced to pull back to his base, where he is now at 103 supply, has 2 Templars, a couple of Dragoons, and a couple of Zealots, and Rain is on, Light is on the attack, ready to kill something. He's out for blood. He wants to put the pressure on, but the Reavers there in the back, 2 Reavers in fact with a shuttle, ready to be microed, scares the Marines away. Marines are staying on the middle. He's going to spread them out all over the map for vision, which is really smart, of course. But I'm pretty sure that Rain is going to go for the short path here on the side, because he can just fly over the hill here within a matter of seconds and start attacking whatever he wants to attack. Shuttles coming in. Shuttles coming into the base. Gonna have to unload very close there to the side, to the middle. Oh, that's a lot of Marines and tanks. He kills both the Reavers before they can shoot on the SCVs there. That's a huge investment from Rain down the drain. Ooh, you'd rather would not have that happen. More gateways coming out. This base is looking like a mess, but it's also looking surprisingly orderly on the minimap. If you look at the minimap, you would say, oh, that's a pretty nice looking base. Just look at the minimap. It looks pretty sweet. Now look at this. It's a mess. I don't like this at all. It triggers me. But he just wants gateways. He just wants gateways for a frontal attack here, because Light is plugging up that frontal hole, and Rain has to burst through, which he has a realistic chance at doing. There's a lot of Zealots, Templars, and Dragoons, and not a lot of units here in the front, so now he's running into the depots, blocking him, so he's gonna have to take down the depots first, which means that Light can stim his Marines into the fight, but Storm comes down on the Marines that are stimmed. Does have still Marines there in the bunker. The tanks are doing a lot of work on the Zealots, eventually just get through, but more Marines from the back come to the front, more Storms coming out, and the Marines and the Storms from Rain are great, but not great enough as Light somehow... Well, he lost a lot of units, but he repels that attack for now. But another wave of units already finishing up for Rain here in the front. Still making more probes. A mistake a lot of pro players make when they first start playing fastest is usually they only get about 55 probes, maybe 60. But as a Protoss, you can afford to get like 75 of them. Which you will need because you have to keep on attacking the Terran non-stop. And you can only do that with enough money. So, you know, that's why you need about 70 of those probes. Which at least 50 or 55 on the minerals, and another 15 or 18 on the gas. That is about the minimum requirement you need for the first 20 minutes, because you're building and attacking at the same time, and that costs a lot of minerals. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So Light there on 140 supply, getting the armories for tank upgrades. He's got 2 factories at the moment. He's got 1 starport and 6 barracks. He's mostly focused on defending. And the question is, does Rain have the offensive knowledge for fastest map to make these attacks count? Got Corsairs and Shuttles ready to go for the command center there in the back, ready to kill some SCVs. Flies in under the support of the Corsairs. Tank landing up there on the hill, but it's turning around because he's got to defend against these Shuttles. A lot of Shuttles are coming into the back. He's got a lot of buckets in the back as well as SCVs are running to safety. Reavers are loading on the low ground, and then a lot of Templars are loading all over the place. He's storming some Marines, some SCVs are on the gas SCVs there, and after running away from the minerals, are still trying to run away, but he's gonna get some kills there nonetheless. That's a lot of Storms are coming out, but in the end, he kills, I think, only about 10 or 12 SCVs, maybe 2 or 3 tanks, but loses all of his units there in the end. Tanks are up there coming down on the probes, but the cannons there protecting the probes from harm. And no probes lost for Rain. So both players now on the same amount of workers. Rain, Light got slowed down a little bit, but he's got 4 command centers, so he should be completely fine and able to start adding factories onto his base, or starports, whatever he wants or needs, over the next 3 or 4 minutes. And then he will be, of course, maxing out as well. But Light at the moment still has the edge. Light at the moment still has the edge, sending the probe there to the side. Gonna build something there in the bottom corner, which could be anything really. I hope it's going to be Stargates for carriers, because it does look like this will turn into a carrier game. But first, another frontal attack. He's got Zealots, Dragoons, they're on the way. He's gonna have to break through those depots first, but there's only 4 bunkers with Marines in them. And 4 tanks behind it. He does have a lot of units here in the back and at the bottom corner, but not enough. It's going to take a while before he gets in there. Tanks are up on the hill, ready to start to push towards the probes. He's forced to pull back to safety. Because, well, he's not forced, he just decides against committing. He wants to kill those tanks here up on the hill first with some storms, but the cannons are already killing those tanks. Every time the tank shoots, it becomes visible. Storm comes down as well. Tanks up on the hill have 50% chance of getting hit by something from the low ground. That's why hills are so obnoxious. particularly on this map. They're pretty obnoxious. Rain got unlucky there with the base placement. Either you get a lot of damage down on the Terran very early because you're so close to the Terran, or you kind of get abused from the hill like this. Zealous up on the hill, gonna clear out those tanks. But another set of tanks already being unloaded up on the hill. Rain has to take care of them as fast as he can. He just storms them instead of landing units up on the hill, but this tank there just staying alive. So Light is building a second base there on the other spot, because he knows that his minerals and the other base are in danger of getting taken down. So he's throwing down Cybercores and Stargates to switch over into carriers in the near future. Still only on 54 workers. So as I mentioned before, around 55 workers is the amount of workers most normal map players like to go for. But I do think he's going to add on a couple of more simulators and maybe transfer his probes to this mineral patch here. I see a drop coming in. Drop comes in from Rain. Starts the loading. There's no Templars in there though. Templars in there, but the Templars too far away from the SCVs, so the SCVs are staying alive. Still got 65 of them. A lot of tanks in the back and bunkers as well, so anything that gets unloaded here doesn't really stand a chance of surviving or dealing any significant damage. Tanks once again unloading on the hill. Carriers are on the way on the other side of the map. He's got some upgrades there on the way for his carriers as well. Weapon upgrades there. I cannot see whether he already has upgrades finished because there are no air units out on the map. So for now, the only thing that's happening is this push here on the hill. Aiming to get closer and eat away from the sides of Rain's base. Templars are having trouble storming the tanks, but he gets some beautiful storms out there on the tanks, but double storms and wastes one of the storms. Zealous there in the front being thrown away to open up supply space. And yeah, Rain is mostly just waiting for his carriers to finish, while Light, who's currently under no pressure whatsoever, is simply going to take control over the hill and proceed his push towards those probes. So it's a race against the clock. Light though on low minerals, he has a lot of SVs on the gas and only about 25 mining minerals, which might come back to haunt him because if he gets storm dropped once and it succeeds, he's going to be in a lot of pain. Now also, he will not be able to do transition into anti-carrier tech all that quick once the carriers do rise, because his minerals are too low to afford a tech switch right off the bat. Once again, Zealous unloading, but a lot of turrets there behind the hill are making this difficult to do for Rain, difficult to defend. Status on the carriers is a couple of carriers have already finished. 7 of them have finished, he's got 5 more on the way, he's mining gas here only from his proxy base. He didn't send his probes to safety, so they stay away from harm, away from the tanks, but he might soon, because he does have that Nexus set up there, right within the correct range to those minerals. Still unloading units on the tanks. It's just not enough. It's almost enough because the tanks are low HP from the splash damage. But they just won't die. Just have Dark Templars on the way to clear out the tanks. But Light has some scans to throw down on these Dark Templars. Although he doesn't use them. That shuttle didn't even get to load. Alright, there's the scans, but the scans came out a little bit too late because all the tanks on Logan have already been killed. But he's got 3 of them dropships to fly units over the hill. But this is what we've been waiting for. Carriers have arrived on the scene. Carrier has arrived. Or was it battlefield? Carrier arrived. So carriers are clearing out the tanks up on the hill. Let's see what upgrades he's got by selecting. He's got level 1 armor, level 2 shields, level 1 weapon. Tanks are flying all over the map. They're probably hunting for this proxy base. Or maybe they're going to try to land here on the other side, where they maybe can land and kill those probes. Maybe he's going to go for 2 attacks from 2 sides at the same time. Now, Light does have some anti-carrier units prepared. Goliaths, though, are inside the dropships, I think. He comes in, he's unloading the tanks. The tanks are going to take taken down by the carriers before they can shoot on the Proach. The Proach are staying alive. The carriers are ready to hunt down some Terran units. They're ready to hunt. He's got 12 of them. More of them are... Well, mostly Corsairs are on the way to fight against Valkyries and Wraiths. And Light is switching over to anti-carrier mode. He does have... it got scanned. It got scouted. The Valkyries there, though, are catching Rain off guard. Because the Valkyries are still in the chase, but they're over-chasing, going straight to the cannons, and now the Corsairs are on the chase on those Valkyries. Valkyries are running away, but the Valkyries get to safety just in time. Losing units are on the top side there that he wants to sacrifice. He opened up a hole here in the front, and the Zealous now trying to get through, but he doesn't commit to it. He's putting up cannons here on the side, so Valkyries cannot commit to this side corner, or he cannot unload units upon hill, because then the cannons would simply take him down within a matter of seconds. First, he's going to clear out his command center and this side facility and the barrack there that he was intending to use for nukes. So no nukes for Light. Rain catches it, and stops it just in time. Rain, though, dancing back and forth, ready to strike. But when will he strike? That is the question. There's a lot of turrets here on the bottom corner that he has to fight through first. Throws down the disruption webs on the turrets. That's a possibility, of course, as well. Turrets are annoying. Just get some disruption webs and stop them from attacking you. So now we can clear them out without trouble. Corsairs are going for the Valkyries, but there's so many Valkyries there hanging in the back. We've got 12 of them hanging there. Maybe even more. Corsairs are attacking now, though. Who's gonna win this? Alright, it looks like it's no contest. The Valkyries, they're too strong for the Corsairs. Level 3 shield, up 2 weapon, level 1 armor for the carriers and Corsairs now. Valkyries are still on 1-1. Valkyries are also on quite low HP. Well, not all of them are. Some of them are. This is over 2 groups of Valkyries, by the way. More than 2 groups. Well, I mean, it's 2 groups. It's over 1 group. That's what I meant to say. It's 1 group and a couple of extra Valkyries. Like 2 or 3, maybe a total of 15 or 16. But more Valkyries on the way there in the back, so he's going to commit, but a huge storm comes down on the Valkyries. Now his Valkyrie count has to be reduced by, I think, about 4 or 5. And Rain still has all of his carriers, and his carrier Michael is simply amazing. He does have some lost shields on his carriers, though, because the Valkyries keep hitting them with Halo rockets. But the Michael here from Rain with the carriers is pretty good. Disruption webs going down once again. The Valkyries are still almost on full HP, so they are still pretty healthy. Costing him a lot of Corsairs to try and reduce their HP. The carrier dance is continuing. He's picking off units here on the sides. Valkyries, mass Valkyries coming in once again. He's going straight for the carriers, and the carriers are now running away. No storms anywhere close. He's microing his Valkyries to try and dodge the storms, but the storm's still coming down, but he doesn't connect as well as I would have liked him to. So Rain there is still going to dance back and forth. Light's still going to dance back and forth. This is a dance of Valkyrie against Carrier. The air dance macabre of these two players is continuing. New turrets coming down on the bottom side, but there's no turrets on the front side. Going to clear out the hole here in the front. He's got pretty much no tanks whatsoever. Every single tank he has is in the back, and there's only a single tank there in the front. So if Rain decided to switch over into a ground force after he loses his carriers, he could simply run Light over. Ooh, the Valkyries there hunting down the carriers. The storms come in to save the carriers, but the carriers are gonna go down nonetheless to only the last couple of remaining Valkyries. This is exactly the thing that I was hoping would happen for Light, because Light invested so much in his Valkyries and he kills almost all the carriers except for these 4. Now, if Rain decided to build a lot of shield batteries, he could keep restoring the carriers. What's going on? Alright, somehow it keeps selecting interceptors when I select these. Even though there's no interceptors whatsoever, it keeps selecting them. The coding sometimes is really questionable. Look, there's no interceptors, but never mind. So Light now goes for the counter push because he saw that there's carriers on the way, and carriers do take a long time to spawn, and he just lost all of his Valkyries, so now he can invest into a lot of tanks and Goliaths during the downtime that Rain does not have carriers. He's trying to clear out these last couple of turrets on the bottom side. But these 4 carriers are gonna have to pull back to the base and try to fight against this tank and Goliath mass coming in from Light. This is the worst possible scenario for Rain. Will his carriers finish in time, or will Light finish the push before Rain can defend himself? More Valkyries entering the base as well. He's building turrets as well already. And the carriers are going to go down to the Valkyries soon. They're all low HP. They're practically already dead. A lot of Dark Templars spawning right before the turrets finish. So the turrets are finished and the Dark Templars come in a little bit too late. We're looking at 4 Goliaths and 7 Valkyries to fight against the carriers. Carriers were finishing here at the expo. He's got 8 new carriers on the side, and he's got 4 of them here in the base. 3 of them, lost 2. Does have 2 Arbiters, but no stasis yet. Not enough energy yet. Tanks are rolling closer to the probes. Probes are gonna have to run away from the minerals. No, he cannot hit them yet, but he can hit the Nexus. Kills the 3 remaining carriers are in the base. The carriers here on the side are still replenishing their interceptors, waiting to go in, but the Valkyries and Goliaths might be too strong for those carriers to fight into. And Light flipped the switch after he killed the carriers with the Valkyries, and now he's going for the kill. We already killed the Nexus, and next are the probes. Rain is trying to start the fight, but he is still losing. Oh, he lost a large chunk of his probes. He managed to pull a couple of them to safety out of the simulator, but he's still losing his base. He has his proxy base here though, where he's building new Nexi and new probes, but at the moment he cannot really afford to build interceptors anymore. Comes in, ooh, the Arbiter goes down before he can attack, and now he's attacking, he's fighting. The upgrades, will the upgrades on these Arc carriers with 333 make a difference, or will the 233 for the ground force for Light be too strong? It also has 3-3 there on the Valkyrie, so it's maxed out upgrades against maxed out upgrades, and the carriers are not doing all too great. The Valkyries are too damn strong. Rain, I'm sure, has never encountered a Valkyrie mass like this against carriers, because this is something you only encounter on fastest map. This many Valkyries you only encounter on fastest map. And yeah, I don't have to say much because the game is pretty much over at this point. As you can see right there, the clock is ticking. There's no comeback for Rain in this scenario, and Rain is simply gonna bide his time and call the GG very, very soon. And I'm sure he learned a lesson here, and I'm sure Light would like to explain to him as well a couple of small little details that he could apply to having more success as a Protoss on fastest map. Although I do have to admit, that early game from Rain was really, really strong, but Light was just so amazing with his micro, his timing, his control, his awareness, and his planning. Rain simply lagged. But that's something you see in players who come from the pro scene, start playing some fastest, but don't have enough experience with the very unique way that fastest map changes the game. But this was so well played from Light. Rain tried his best, but he couldn't do just enough to make it all count. Yeah, thanks for watching. I initially casted another game as well between Light and Rain, but I had, by accident, the overlay of the text displayed the entire time. So I'm not going to include that one. It's sad, but you know, that's just the way life works sometimes. So now to end the video, I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the game between Light and Rain. I've got a couple more games between them ready to be casted over the following week. I might do 2 of them at a time, or maybe just 1 at a time, depending on the length of the replay. I also have a lot of Light against Mong. I've got Light against Brain as well. Like, I've got so many amazing replays from Light. I'm not sure if I already said this, but I managed to buy the last 2 years of replays from Light himself. So all the way back to December 2018. October 2020 to December 2018. All of his replays. I got all of them. And there's a lot of good stuff, mostly pro player replays, but also some very good fastest map replays in there. And I'm going to just look for everything look for replays I want to cast, and look for replays I want to share with others, because I've been given permission by Light to share replays with others. For, of course, YouTube casting content, for example, Falcon Paladin or SC Remasterizado, or maybe StarCast, or maybe some other channels. Anyway, leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever you want. Because all I care about is that you do what you want to do, and that you feel fine and great. This was RJB for RJB TV, and see you next time.